Hey, you're with Grammy winner Miles Walker, watching Teddy Bishop's Music, Swag, and Life in the Mix Edition.
Music, swag, and life. I'll be down for life with music, swag, and life.
Well, I got started as a mix engineer, like most other engineers, transitioning from tracking and spending more of my time finishing mixes and stuff like that. Of course, I started as an intern, working my way up through going on food runs and cleaning up the studio, then assisting, and worked with some great engineers that taught me a lot about mixing, such as Leslie Brathwaite and others. Then spent several years as a recording engineer. So recently, I've had the good fortune on working on several mix projects that have come out. Most recently was a group, Big Time Rush, and I mixed 3 on their album, well, 3 that made it on the album, as well as several others that might be included in the repack. Jay Sean's new album that's forthcoming, Stan Walker, Jessica Malboy, I've done a lot of records for them. Those are both Australian acts, and a new artist over there named Timo Matic, who just won Australia's Got Talent. Well, my favorite workstation for mixing is Pro Tools, like most. I've been using it for a long time, and also there's a couple specific things that I really like about it. For one, it's got to be the compatibility. As a mixer, a lot of times I'm getting projects that I didn't record myself, and most all projects, at least with vocals, are recorded in Pro Tools. So it's nice having a Pro Tools session come straight over. I can work from there. Now, given that I do a lot of European mixes, Logic is a much more popular format over there, so I have been getting a lot of Logic sessions too. While that's great, I'll usually take the time to prepare the audio as just raw audio files and import it over to Pro Tools, mostly because I've already got my favorite plugins and my templates already set up there, so it's a comfortable workflow. I have a large Pro Tools system here in my mix studio, so I can handle big track counts, high plugin volume, and stuff like that. So for me, Pro Tools is the way to go. Technology-wise, I'm always using the most current version. Right now I'm on Pro Tools HD10. So technology-wise, I'm always trying to use the most current equipment. The reason I like to do that is because sonically, I like to be on the cutting edge of what's going on too. As current trends develop in music, I think it's important to see what producers come up and what new sounds they develop, so that way, if it's a popular sound or a popular style, you can emulate it and give other producers the option of, oh, you want that producer's sound? I know he uses this kind of equipment, let's try that and see if it works for you. Plus, other producers who are more ambitious, they might come to you and want a new sound all their own. And that's fun to be able to build from the ground up with new ideas and new equipment. So it's always good to have the best new stuff. When coming up with my own mix style, one of the big challenges for me was, am I going to mix in the box or out the box? There's a lot of advantages to both, recallability and ease of use in the box, outboard being some great sonic colors and stuff that comes together for you, and my approach actually ended up being a hybrid of both. What I do is I definitely have all of my favorite plugins that I like to use on vocals and stuff like that, but for me, I wasn't able to get the headroom that I missed from back in the day when I mixed on consoles until I took it out the box. So I use a summing mixer solution where I have 16 stereo tracks of audio put together through summing mixers where I can insert outboard gear like these great Neve 1073s, the distressors, and other few choice pieces that I feel like there might not be a plug-in comparison in the real world, and I'm able to maintain a high headroom on my overall stereo bus. That analog summing is just really great, not only from a sonic perspective, but just really being able to drive the equipment really hard right to the edge where you don't have a digital zero because you're in the analog realm. And I return it back through the Pro Tools to print that and deliver all my final files that way. So the hybrid system is something I came up with over time that really works well for me. Well, each mix can have its own set of challenges. So depending on if it's a real vocal heavy mix or maybe a big instrumentation, I'm going to spend anywhere between 6 to 8 hours on a mix. I've certainly had some come together a lot quicker if they're low in instrumentation and maybe like minimal vocal, but for a lot of the pop stuff that's high density with vocals, and nowadays I find producers' tracks are becoming more and more complex, it can definitely take a full amount of time to find a good space and good balance, as well as do all the special effects that I like to bring into a mix. So I'd say 8 hours on average usually can get it done. It's a great time to be a mixer right now, having so many tools at my disposal. With technology changing and stuff getting more and more advanced, especially internet-based stuff, I have some options that I just never would have had before. A lot of my clients are European or from other parts of the world, and I now have the ability through internet streaming to have them listen to my mix in real time while I'm working on it, which is just phenomenal. Before, of course, I used to be able to send MP3s, but being able to make those real-time decisions really helps them hear it in a room that they're comfortable in, and me speed along the process to get them the mix that's right. Plugins and computers are great. I mean, back in the day, everything had to be on tape, which means you had to have a big console and all that stuff. But now, with in-the-box mixing, I have some of my favorite outboard gear modeled right as a plug-in and have a whole bunch of instances of that as opposed to a million pieces of rack gear. Artists and producers have a lot of great choices for hiring mixers when it comes to finishing their project. A lot of mixers, in my opinion, are good at different things in their own way. Some are specialists in tracks and drums, some are specialists in vocals. Me, myself, I've always worked at trying to be really great at a lot of different things. I love clean vocals with nice special effects and great presence. Really, I just like to give the song whatever it feels like it needs. That could be a more aggressive drum sound, that could be crazier vocal effects, it could be a hot 16 from your boy right here. Whatever it is, I'm gonna make sure the song has it.
Music flagging life, I'll be down for life. With music flagging life, yeah, that's right. Music flagging life, I'll be down for life. I'll be down for life. With music flagging life. With music flagging life. With music flagging life.